knock off Danny?
Yeah, I will.
Jesus Christ. This shit is going down. Wait. I'm about to. I just had to reset my game. Oh, it's a new video. Oh, that's sick. Right. Mute them. Let's get to business. If you can still hear me, guys, I'm sorry for muting you. I just had to. I hope you do well. I need to get the YouTube link up.
Alright, now I'm gonna be a driver.
Right. So many people are out of their flying laps. We're waiting now to see who's going to be the first one to complete. It looks like it's going to be Stinging Julian. Actually, no, it's going to be the Alpine of Raikon, 112.3 in the wet. Stinging Julian says a 113.4. That's not going to be enough to beat. And Ferrari Hein is going into the pits. Actually, no, he's coming out of the pit lane. My bad. Jack's Gaming has an invalidated lap time. The Haas of the Wild Storm is about to start his lap. The Williams has an invalidated lap time.
And Danny is a dickhead.
Justin might set a good lap here. He's got 50.3. Sorry, 50.3 in the first sector. Yeah, 50.3 in the first sector.
Guys, I can take controls off.
Sorry, 50.3 in the second sector. As he comes across the line now, where's he going to be? Is it going to be... Ooh, just missing out. He could get there next lap though. So that might...
Guys, I'm racing.
Who's behind? Oh, there we go. The Haas
I'm gonna take him out.
Third place. Borderbold in the pits.
Tell Justin to unmute me. Justin, I'm taking out the owner. Because he banned me and he's just chatting absolute shit about me.
What's happened? God's sake, man. Knew he was gonna do that. I literally said I'm sorry, and then he was like, sorry for what? Come on, say it. Oh, that's killing me, man. Absolutely killing me. We're gonna have a look now. Let's see who's out on the track. JD Young, 2 attempts faster. Could be on for provisional pole here as he comes across the final corner, and the time is a 1:11.24. That's 1:12.2. that is going to be provisional pole for JD Young in the Alfa Romeo. Anyone else behind going for a lap? Yes, Jack's Gaming is slower. Mike Hammer is going faster, but his lap is invalidated. Behind, you have Geordie S, who is about to finish his lap, and he could be on for a decent lap himself as he comes across the final corners now. He's going to have a run up to the final corner to see where he's going to get. He comes across the line now. Where's he going to be? He's going to be in P6. So he beats Mike Hammer, and he's also beaten Steele Julian. So not a bad lap at all by him. As we now move down to Border Bold. He is he going to, his lap is invalidated. SBS Bobby is behind. He's going alright. He's got his lap invalidated, so we're gonna skip over him. Oh, back end loss for Boardable. That could have gone into the barriers, but he's just kept it out. All of a sudden, it's only 1:19.5. His lap isn't validated anymore, so let's hope he gets a good lap in. And he's spun into the wall. He's out of qualifying. That is a massive incident. He's just spun it on the exit. And an Alpha Tauri slows down. I think that's SBS Bobby. He saw the wreckage and he had to slow down out of the way. He had to try counter steer to the incident. But of course Bobby's lap is still invalidated, so we're not going to care much about that. Enzo Kart, I'm guessing he's an Enzo Ferrari fan's about to start his lap. His lap is still invalidated, so he's not going to be. Wait, no, his lap isn't invalidated. He will be able to do his lap, and we're gonna. Oh, he's gone into the grass a bit there. Just keeps it on the road though, which is really all you have to do to just finish a lap. He's in third at the moment, and he's switched to an out lap, so I don't know what's going on there. The Wild Storm is starting his first lap. As you've also got Jax Gaming coming out of the pit lane. He's going to have to slow down, let the Haas pass. But of course this is quite early times in this. If I'm right now correct, the spray behind the cars are gone, and wet tyres, when the rain starts to stop like entirely, that's going to be the time for people to start like looking for the dry tyres in their pit box. But again, will it be enough time? Because there is 10 minutes left in the session. Anything can still happen with the weather. So we are still watching the Wild Storm in the second sector. He's set a 49.9 as the track is getting drier and the rain is still going. I honestly thought it stopped at this point, but he's running out of fuel, so he needs to set this lap quick and then go down towards the pits. This is going to be a good lap by the Wild Storm. Goes a little bit wider through the final corner, keeps it validated, and that's a one-ping 1:12 on the dot. What a lap that was from the Wild Storm, getting in that amazing final sector. That was a lap out of nowhere expected. And now we've got the cars behind going for more laps. Rycom going on a lap as well in the new drier circuit. And you've also got Enzo Kart as well going for another lap. This could be the time for everyone to get out and just get their laps done here, as this the continuously drying track is going to be a showing of when you need to get the tyres out and when they need to be out. As Rycom is going through the first sector now, enters the second sector. He's a 10.5 up, but at the moment is slower than the Wild Storm in the second sector. In the third sector now, Rycom's third sector was pretty good, so to beat it, it's going to take a lot of hard work. And he's coming through the final corners right now, lads. He's trying not to invalidate his lap, trying not to go too wide on the exit. He does it greatly here, and his lap is just a little sliver off, around a 10.25 of a lap. And Jags Gaming has smashed in a sub 1 minute 12 with a 1:11.9. That is a really good lap by Jax Gaming. A provisional pole. Behind him is the Williams of Rumenurge. He goes provisional pole again. The track keeps drying up, And all of these drivers have found pace out of pretty much nowhere. It's a 1:11.7 this time, even quicker than Jack's Gaming by around nearly a tenth and a half, which is a massive deficit. Enzo Kart around a tenth quicker at the moment. He's trying not to get his lap invalidated through the final corners. He does it the final corner absolutely perfectly, and it's a 1:12.2, so he goes up to 5th position. The Ferrari behind doesn't improve on his time though. We're going to have a look now to the Alpine of Raikkonen. He's in the pits. He's not improving his lap. Justin's in the garage. Jack's Gaming's in as well. Most people are saving their tyres right to the end. You've got a Williams out at the back as well. That's Ruben Nudge. Let's have a look at what he's up to. Nothing much. Enzo Kart is actually going quicker in the first sector. This continuously drying track is really helping these cars out here as they're trying to find the pace, and they certainly are finding the pace pretty quickly. As Enzo Kart now going through the second sector, it's faster than anyone's time so far. This could be on for a pretty good lap and probably provisional pole. This lap has been stonking for Enzo Kart. Well, for at least what it says on the screens. I hope it isn't wrong or anything. It's still raining pretty hard, so if he's going to get this lap done, we're going to wait to see. He does improve by 3/10, so the clock was wrong. He wasn't going. Why is that happening? The time is a 1:11.8. That's a pretty good lap by Enzo Kart to get up to second place. He's ahead, and Enzo Kart does go provisional pole. I'm confused. What? You come across the line?
I'm gonna charge my controller for a bit.
This is really confusing. I think my game's broken. Let's see if anyone else is out. He's on his out lap. Bobby's lap is invalidated. Again. Mike Hammer is, well, Mike Hammer. He's doing alright, he's got his lap invalidated, but that's only his out lap. As long as it wasn't for both laps, then he should be okay to continue and get his flying lap all sorted with as he oh no, he's going in the pit lane. And DRS is enabled. Many people are now going to look towards putting on the dry tyres, and we're going to have a look at the tyre choices. And many people are already switching onto the softs, and I hadn't even seen this yet. The first person going to the soft tyre and leave the pit lane, HFL Domi, who he only got 4.5 seconds, 4 minutes and 4.5 minutes to set his flying lap. And the soft tyres are going to help with that. So basically, getting all of this done on the inters is obviously going to be slower because now it's dry, and because the rain is going to make the inters slower than the starts. I think all you should know that. So getting these basically it was a qualifying rehearsal, as we've now got a shortened 4-minute qualifying for anyone on the soft tyres. So it depends now on how good your dry tyre your dry qualifying is, as HFL Domi starts his lap, and he begins with it into turn 1. He's got a Haas exiting the pits. He could get in his way, tries to get out of the way, he brakes to go behind him. That should be pretty alright, pretty sealed, as he's getting DRS on 3 straights in a row. It's just the most powerful DRS train in the Formula 1 calendar. And Enzo Kart and Ruben Nudge, the top 2, are now out on new soft. Justin and JD Young have gone for the medium tyres, so he will be the only one, if I'm right, starting on those tyres. Many people are still in the pits. Everyone's probably going to come out for an out lap, because if obviously the inter things weren't obviously going to work. Obviously they're going to be slower times, so you need to get the good times in now. And already we've been shown quick times, 1:04.9. We're going to have a look for cars behind who have started their laps. it's as he starts his lap, Nathaniel Perrin is going quicker through the first sector. In the second sector, he's 5 seconds quicker. Should be enough to get him up a couple of places. Won't be enough to beat Dommy though, if this pace keeps going and the time stays the same. But of course, it's another sector for him to try and nestle that car around and see if he can get that provisional pole. Across the line he goes. It's, I don't know what the time's. It's just a bit slow on time. What's happened? Is he set provisional pole? He's beat a 1012. I know that. He's at 105, 104 even. And now the Haas that we saw earlier going for a lap, Bobby slowing down. And yeah. Mike Hammer goes provisional pole. Good lap by him. And now it's fully dry. It took less than a minute to get back at this, and the Wild Storm goes provisional pole. 104.2 on the soft tyres. Around nearly 3/10 a second there, so it's a very good lap by the Wild Storm. Anyone else behind? And for a lap improvement as DX goes wide. Many people are going to be signing their laps now, or at least finishing it. Bobby doesn't set a lap at all. All of the invalidated lap times haven't helped. Stinging Julian didn't even improve on his time, so his inter time is going to stay, and so is all of these Rubenage, who could have been on pole position, didn't go out, and neither did Rycom, National Perrin, and Stinging Julian. SBS Bobby went out a lot, just couldn't get the right cornerings right, and he kept getting his laps invalidated. Enzo Carr isn't going to start his lap though, he's going to stay in P6. That was a good qualifying, mostly with the weather change at the end. That could have changed everything, and it totally did change most things. Right. That's the first challenge. That's cool. Is that your tactic?
I left the session.
How?
Wait, Jack, did it say that I left the session?
No.
Did everyone leave the session?
No.
Oh my god.
No, it won't be my tactic.
So bad.
LOL.
Yeah, I saw that, Bobby. You were messing up all the laps.
Keep an eye out for me though.
Alright. As long as you add me back to SBS. I'm joking, you don't have to. At this point, if you don't want me there, just don't want me there. Yeah.
FS, my game is shit.
Oh, Rumenage, you're back!
Be mad.
Right. Oh my god.
I am back, Jack.
Oh, I need to quickly join.
Okay! Hello!
Oh, come on.
Emoji cold
Border,
face,
back in.
emoji cold face, emoji cold face, emoji
no,
cold
it's happening
face,
again.
emoji cold face, emoji
What?
cold face,
MLG Coldface.
face, emoji cold face,
has
emoji
it
cold
started
face, emoji cold face, emoji cold face.
Oh my god. Stopped.
No, I'm gonna be last. I mean, for a little bit, at least.
MOG racing car, MOG dashing away, MOG trophy, Max Verstappen champion.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
Let me join.
Why does he not let me watch my video? Max Verstappen world champion, everyone.
Jack DMS. MOG Japanese symbol for beginner, MOG Japanese symbol for beginner, MOG Japanese symbol for beginner, MOG Japanese skipping the rest.
This is
When we
annoying
gonna
me.
start?
This is annoying.
Hey ha 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 ha.
Jack DMs.
MOG collision, MOG goat, MOG racing car, MOG first place medal, MOG racing car, MOG smirk,
Oh,
MOG
finally,
flag,
let me
China,
join.
MOG
Oh.
Christmas tree, MOG collision. Hey ha ha ha. On foul. ILL stop. MOG ride arrow, MOG flag, China, MOG monkey, MOG weary face, MOG goat, MOG lion, MOG weary face, MOG lion,
Wait, what?
MOG flag,
Why am I
China.
Why am I racing?
Just retire.
Right, cool.
Jack, just retire straight away.
Right. I'll just yeet it into retirement.
Yep. Wait, is it formation lap?
It's not letting me retire from the formation
Why
lap.
are you
Frick.
driver?
I don't know.
Oh, I
Oh,
can't
why am I
take
driver?
control.
Wait, I can just... There's no
can't take
damage on
control.
formation lap! No! Why am I driver in the first place? What is this? Oh.
I can't take.
Why am I driver? Can I just... It's not... Oh, fucking hell, man. Why
Jack
isn't
to Merc confirmed.
it- Jack to Muck.
No race start for us.
No, I'll just see if I can get one. I'll just retire as soon as possible. Oh, just die
Oh,
already!
No.
Car, please, I don't want you here, man. Just die. Alright, I'll get to the grid. Oh, God's sake.
At least you can actually drive at the moment.
Yeah, oh,
I can't
that's
even
why
take
I
control.
shouldn't drive.
Huh?
Oh, there we go. Reforming grid. Standby.
Oh, Jack, I'm gonna be last. Jack to Mercedes confirmed. Oh, I've not practiced at all for this. Because I'm not.
I hate how you can't retire on the formation lap. It's so annoying. We should add that. Well, I'll just try to retire as quick as I
I take
can.
control.
Alright, everyone gets off away pretty evenly. The Mahas and the Ferrari fighting at the front. Enzo Kart leads away into turn 1. This Wild Storm is right behind him though. Could get the overtake on him towards turn 3. Through turn 2 we go now, up the hill and towards the corner. He's going to brake late. He's going to get that inside line, but then it switches right to the outside. The Enzo car has to go wide and off the circuit. The Wild Storm is in the lead of this Grand Prix. Mike Hammer behind, having to defend from HFL Domi, Wildstorm defending now once again as Geordie S behind comes out of nowhere, absolutely dive bombs. And this is a very close battle we're watching here between the top two, only separated by a couple of temps. JD Jong's decision to go into the mediums might have worked as he's already up to P7 behind us. Good start by most people, and there's a crash behind. It's Nathaniel Perrin, he's in the wall. The front wing, obviously, as you can see, gone. He's still in the race though, and that's going to be probably a virtual safety car, I could assume. Or something. Or not. Alright, no virtual safety cars. Into the pit he goes then. And at the front, once again, the Wildstorm having to defend from Enzo car. Down the inside he goes. No room given whatsoever. And that's going to let Mike Hammer go.
Shut up, Justin.
Now, I'm going to try get a good run on the good run on the Ferrari. Down the inside goes Mike Hammer. Up into second he goes. Wildstorm. And there's a massive crash in the back. Geordie S and VDB Diax have had wrong Haas. Or was that the right Haas? I'm not sure, but that was a massive incident, and that was probably the biggest crash I've seen in a while. I'm going to reverse that and see exactly what happened, because that was a big incident. It was a Haas, and it was VDB Diax who did do that. Besides that, I don't really know much else about the incident, but I certainly know about Border Bolt's pace, absolutely flying by the Haas driver. Up into fifth he goes. Nice move by him. Back up at the front, Mike Hammer now with the DRS, trying to close up on the Wildstorm. Enzo Cart's still in this fight, but I don't know why he's saying he's in P14. I'm not sure why. But besides the point, Mike Hammer still having a chance of getting past, but in these couple of laps that we have in this Grand Prix left. Obviously, there's a lot, but we continue on towards the final corners in on lap 3 to enter lap 4 and around. I knew this would be some sort of fraction, but I don't know what fraction. And neither do I care. Mike Hammer, fastest lap, entering the first corner. Wildstorm goes in a little bit deeper through there. He's gotten, Mike Hammer gets a penalty for losing the back end. Wildstorm now having to defend once again from the Red Bull. Back at it, turn behind. There's contact with Enzo Car, who brakes really late, and now HFL Domi is overtaking him. Up into third he goes, and these two are going to go fighting right to the end of the Grand Prix, as they are still back right at it with a gap of only 0.2 of a second. Mike Hammer could overtake at any time. He just needs to get the best traction he can. And Border is having a fight with JD Young for 4th place. Both of these guys good friends. Obviously they don't want to be crashing each other out, and this is going to let Rubenaj get in this fight as well. We're going to watch from his point of view to see exactly what's going to happen between all three of them. No threat from behind and no threat ahead besides these two fighting, so he needs to just avoid any major incidents that could happen. Border with the DRS, JD Young pulling to the right to try force him around the outside. That isn't going to work though, as we enter the next corner. Loads of penalties coming out, I can see that, penalties everywhere. Yeah, it's already in the pits on lap 5. Here comes Rubenaj. He's going to do 2 places into 1 corner. He could make this move here. He's going to go squeezed up here, DRS enabled. He's going to absolutely breeze past Justin and JD Young. Border Bolt might even get another chance at overtaking for P5, and he gets that P5 back again. What a move and what a fight I have seen between these drivers. Very, very close between each other, and these 4 are still also very close to each other. They could make a move at any given moment. These 4 seem to be the ones who are pulling away compared to anyone's behind. which is a good thing for them. The ones behind need to catch up. So, still, the only DNF was me because I accidentally was in this Grand Prix. I don't know why. I saw someone trying to make an overtake into the first corner. That could have ended up badly. But now we move on to the next straight. DRS enabled on Mike Hammer's car. He's going to pull over to the right. Down the inside he goes. And that move is made. Dummy down the inside of the Ferrari as well. Mike Hammer's absolutely sent it. The Wildstorm's having to go wide. And now Enzo Carr's going to have a go on the Wildstorm. Down the inside he goes. Absolutely braces past. No, not much room given to the Wildstorm. But this is great racing we are watching here as Domi has to settle for third. And the Wildstorm has been overtaken by Enzo Kart and Mike Hammer in just one lap. Very, very disappointing for the Haas driver. Many overtakes happening, including some for the lead. An absolute send down the inside for Domi. And that's going to let Borderbolt have a run at all of them. He's going to have a go at both of them towards turn 3. Is it going to be a Red Bull 1 and 3 as behind? As ahead, Enzo Car was in the lead. Borderbolt had a spin. Is that damage on that car though? No visual damage for all I know though. He's dropped down to P7. Might have been lucky to avoid any damage because of it.
Damage.
There's your answer, lads. He hasn't got any damage, but at the front, Mike Hammer has had a problem. He's in the barriers. Well, he's not in the barriers, but he's had some sort of an incident.
Broken.
His end plate's news though for Borderbolt. His end plate's broken. Mike Hammer, the leader of this race, has had a collision with someone else. And yeah, very nice race. Lots of action. Ruben Nudge so far going to down the inside of Domi, trying to get that move for second place. This could end up in the barriers. This could, as he has to go wide and go off the circuit. And now JD Young is trying to get past. They're going wheel to wheel towards turn 3. Up the hill they go. He's going to send it. Absolutely send the thing into the corner and does it perfectly. Now Ruben Nudge isn't going to get DRS. JD Young's going to get the DRS, surprisingly. Something to do with the DRS detection zone. I don't really know much about it. I obviously do, but I'm obviously just not a driver. I wouldn't know this type of, like, where the detection zones. I can obviously see on the map. Look, there, there, and there. So, oh, there's a collision behind. That's Borderbolt and DX. They must have had some sort of collision there because I saw a yellow flag with both of them. Not the best at all.
I got spun by him.
And he got, wait, how did he get spin? How did you spin?
Huh? I came up the pits, he was right behind me and he, tapped me and then I went round.
Oh, terrible. As JD Young sending it down the inside of Domi, but P2, they make contact. Justin just keeps it on the road though. He's dropped all the way down from P2 to P5, and now he's all the way down near with his teammate. Well, he's not near with his teammate, but he's down a lot of places. Rubenage down the inside of JD Young. He's up to third now as Domi is back in this, back in action. And not for him overtaking, no, from him to having to defend from Rubenage as he is now under pressure. And there's another yellow flag. Is that someone in the pit lane with damage? Might have been. There's yellow flags all over the circuit, to be honest, but hey, I'm not
What happened with Border?
Oh my
god.
god.
Oh, a back end loss for Rubenage. That could have ended badly. What happened with Border? So he, two incidents. First thing, he had to, first of all, for God's sake. Border, what happened? Tell me.
Huh? I keep getting brake checked by this ass. And then it just gets in.
The house being dirty, did you say?
Yeah.
In what way?
I mean, the first time he brake checked me, and then the second time he tapped me around. So.
How about when I saw you just then? What happened?
Oh, just then?
Mhm.
Oh, just then I just spun.
Oh. Alright. Well, we've got a fight for the lead here with a Wild Storm back defending now from a charging Rubenand, who is in second and craving for that victory at the moment. And he's also one of the only ones not have a penalty so far. So we enter the final corners, nearly spinning it is the Wild Storm. And now onto the main straights. DRS open on the Williams driver. He's going to go zooming past, and he might get DRS on the next straight as well, thanks to the
Can
DRS
use more
detection
outside
zone.
cameras.
Sorry, I will. And down the inside goes JD Young, and he's going to send it as well. He could have got the Wild Storm, but he knew it was too dangerous. And now we're going to have Rubenad trying to catch up with the both of them. JD Young is going to have DRS. He's going to look to the inside. The move wasn't on there, and there's a contact and collision with the Williams and JD Young. That.
Thanks, my friend. MOG goat. MOG collision.
MOG collision. And around. Tries going around the outside of the Alfa Romeo, and this is letting Stinging Julian catch up. We haven't been really talking about him at all this race, but he's been charging from behind with a great comeback. And now he is being, he is chasing the top three like a spraying goat. I don't know why I said spraying goat, but let's go with it. Now back at the front, Justin. JD Young looking for a move on the Wild Storm down the inside towards turn 3. And now we've got it's 3 wide. And Williams just has to back out. The Haas goes wide, and so does the Aston Martin behind. The Alfa Romeo versus Haas towards this turn. Down the inside is the Alfa Romeo. The Haas has to concede the position, but he's still in this and still could get the overtake done. Down the inside he goes once again, and now he's going to get the switchback done. This fight isn't over yet, and behind there's even more chaos as the Williams is fighting with the with the Aston Martin. The Geordie S is being lapped. The Wild Storm gets stays ahead of Justin just about, but this fight obviously isn't over yet. There's so much more laps left in this Grand Prix. Justin pulls over to the right, trying to get the overtake done, and he gets that overtake done, and might as well also gonna have to defend once again. Many drivers with DRS now. You can see JD Young is just a prancing horse out here. Not actually the prancing horse, as there's damage and collision. The Wild Storm is into the back of JD Young. I reckon there's no damage on that, but there was definitely collision. And now the Haas is going to be pretty furious, and now the Williams is right on the back of Justin. Ruben Andrews back in this, guys. Don't forget him, as he's going to be in this fight to the very end. And we can see him now. We can see the Wild Storm. He's actually being caught up here by the Ferrari. There could be contact there. There was contact there. Could he unlap himself? Because for me, he says he's all the way behind. I'm not sure, because everything's been failing recently. And into the pits goes the Wild Storm, as he's going to be doing his first pit stop. Could he be doing a 2-stop this race? Maybe, maybe not. We're going to have a look at his pit stop though, see what exactly happens. And into the pits he must go. Onto the mediums he goes, E-I-E-I-E-I-O. And out with the pits he must go, E-I-E, okay, and out of the pits he goes on those new fresh mediums, trying to undercut everyone else who hasn't already. So this might work. And Mike Hammer is setting fastest laps in the Mercedes, in the Red Bull Honda. he is doing very well pace-wise, as he is now catching up. Rubenage at the front, haven't even mentioned this. They're fighting for P1, as JD Young is having a fight here, and they spun around. Rubenage has spun JD Young right round. He's gone down to third, and that is an incident that is going to go down in the reports list after this Grand Prix. I am sure of that. Rubenage, did he give enough space? We're going to have to wait and see later in this Grand Prix. He could be reporting it right after this race, probably will. That's going to be inspected by the FIA. Rubenage gets into the lead of this Grand Prix, but Stinging Julian is right coming from behind. Could get this overtake done as we move to the outside camera. Go to have a look to see what he does. He's going to go down the inside towards turn 3. He's going to look for the move, and he's absolutely sent it. Stinging Julian is in the lead of this race, but only by a couple milliseconds as we enter the next corner. DRS on the not DRS on the Williams, sorry, DRS on the Aston Martin isn't enough to pull out the gap even further though, as it's still only 3 tenths. But the collision with Rubenage definitely changed something there, JD Young, and definitely will probably change something for Rubenage at the end of this race, as it could affect his whole race as a whole. That's very disappointing that JD Young got spun around. We're going to have a look at him now, see if he's alright. Justin, hello? Huh? Well. So. Who, dummy? Hey Justin, just want to ask something. How do you feel about the collision with Rubenage? There. Hello? Justin? I see he doesn't want to talk, alright. Maybe later. Well.
Push.
It looks like Board is going to be pushing this lap on those mediums, and he's done 16 laps on these mediums, so he doesn't want to wear them out. Stinging Julian still leading this Grand Prix. Rubenage behind has the DRS on the main straight. Will he be able to make the move down the inside towards turn 1? No, he won't. Might make the move though on this straight, as it's going to be a lot closer between them. He's going to look towards the inside line to try and make the move. Does he make the move well? Well, Stinging Julian's off the side. Right. Where were we? Rubenage. Has he turned into the villain this Grand Prix? Because he's done 2 quite bad moves that could have ended in Stinging Julian in the wall. Well, he's definitely made JD Young have a spin, and he's doing it again off the track. Nearly goes Stinging Julian, leaving no room is Rubenage. Where and why is he doing this? No, even in my eyes, this looks like a decision that might even get Rubenage, like, probably not suspended, I'm not that mean, but like a penalty or something, an extra penalty from the FIA, because that is 2 moves that could have ended in absolute tears. You've already seen Stinging Julian got off the track nearly twice. He did go off the track when he made that first move. But as you can tell now, it's definitely affected JD Young's race, as he was fighting for the lead and now he is pretty much gone with this. Stinging Julian into the pits on those 17 lap old softs. He's really pulled them in, really pulled them out for that long, which is absolutely amazing, I must say. Pulling softs out for 17 laps is crazy enough to think about, and he's made it work absolutely perfectly. As we move on towards lap 19 for Stinging Julian, JD Young gets a 3-second penalty. Rubenage in the lead, and now he has pretty much of a clear view. JD Young behind though, having a look once again for moves on Domi. More than one move is possible, I can definitely tell you that. Ward has a lot of opportunities in this league, and he definitely has a lot of opportunities right now for an overtake, that's for sure. We continue on towards turn something as we are about to enter sector 2. Right, about to finish sector 2 as we enter sector 3. JD Young starting to pull away. Could this be the time for a pit stop for Justin? I certainly think it will be. He's going to stay out on those medium tyres. Interesting decision. I know he'd probably go for a one stop from the mediums to the softs, but of course, oh, my microphone's just died. Mediums to the soft tyres would be a good strategy, obviously, as everyone must know at this point. But he would probably go on. He can go onto the softs by now, because as you've seen before, Stinging Julian has held on to those soft tyres for 18 laps, so it will definitely be enough. And also, the race lead in Rubenage is definitely going to need to pit at some point, so his race lead is going to be thrown out the window. As you can see at the moment, leading by 6.3 seconds, doing right out there, but some questionable collisions with other drivers and a bit of aggression could force the FIA to bring out some penalties for the kid. Well, that's at least in my opinion. The collision with JD Young could be later expected to be investigated, and I certainly think it will be investigated. As he goes wide, losing the back end there, tries to keep it on the track. He's definitely kept it on the track, well, for some point. So I'm just having a drink. I love my drink. You know, you always have to have the drink. As we continue on towards the 30-hour straight. Sorry lads, just wanted to say that my brother gave me a Pepsi Max. I feel very happy now. But besides the Pepsi Max, we continue. I'm gonna get drunk tonight. Well, on Pepsi Max. Rubenage finally deciding to pit. Onto the soft tyres. He must go.
Why is it so boring now?
Why is it so boring? Oh, it isn't that boring, but I think it's just because everyone's pitting and everyone's pulling away. And now, because Rubenage pit, he's going to come out behind everyone else, including Border Bowl, Jax Gaming, and Mike Hammer. But he's going to come out on the softer, fresher tyres. And this is going to affect Stinging Julian.
I don't mean the stream, I mean the race.
Yeah, the race is getting quite boring. Like the overtakes.
Oh wait, it as close, never mind.
It's just because of all their pit, and then they tried to, you know, get close and everything. They were having a fight before Stinging Julian pit. He was on like 18 laps soft tyres, so credits to him for getting on those soft tyres for a while. But now, ahead, got many drivers looking for overtakes, including Mike Hammer. He's actually pulled away from Jax Gaming a bit as he has a little bit of a moment for himself. Nearly collides with Mike Hammer. Just about keeps it on the circuit though, and out of the barriers. as JD Young pits for new soft tyres towards the end of the Grand Prix. He's going to be a force well watching, as we've also got Ruben Adge now getting through the pack, gotten past Mike Hammer, and ahead into P4. His next target is Border Bolt on 14 lap old mediums. Could he be able to get ahead? Probably will be, as he pulls over to the right, gets that overtake done, and he is a steaming horse out there, absolutely doing anything. He's probably going to get the fastest lap as well, unless Justin takes it later in the race. Now it's Ruben Adge's turn to catch up with Stinging Julian once again. Domi still leads, but on 12 lap old mediums, which he will probably going to have to pit at some point for a new set of boots. Brother's back again. Not with all Pepsi Max this time. He's telling me something and I'd rather not say it. And down the inside behind goes the Alpine. Will he be able to get the move done? I don't know where that Alpine went actually. Now, just for anyone watching, I'd like to quickly ask, obviously just like a quick saying and everything, just a quick one thing to say. Who are you happy about Max Verstappen winning the World Championship? Because I certainly am. Damn. I'm gonna watch that over and over and over again. That move, that final lap is something to remember. There's a yellow flag. I don't know why that's there. I need more Pepsi Max. Jax Gaming once again on the back of Border Bold, and Border having to defend from Jax Gaming. He pulls to the outside, no room given. He's going to have to brake late, and out comes Border Bold as they make contact, and the Alpine behind is just watching this in pure shock. There's two Red Bulls here with this one triple car. JD Young quite a long way behind. Might get into this fight soon. Jax Gaming is in a Red Bull sandwich. As there's a Ferrari in the pit lane, that's going to be Jordy S. He's going soft right to the end of the Grand Prix. You've only got a couple of laps left in this race. Who do you predict is going to win as the Alpine goes wide? Who do you predict is going to win this race in the comments? Please tell me, because I'd love to know, as Jax Gaming gets ahead of Border Bold, and now it's the Red Bulls in the Alfa Romeo sandwich. If you can see it on the map, but not for long. Jax Gaming gets repassed by Border Bold, and into fourth he goes. Ruben Adge still on the chase towards Stinging Julian, and he's only a second and a half ahead. And oh, the Alpine getting a bit dodgy there behind with the Red Bull. Could have made contact there, could have been quite a big crash as well, but just keeps it out of the barriers. Ruben Adge getting another penalty. Penalties are going to be important. Might need to look at that. Details. Reynolds. Right, penalties. Ruben Adge has 18. Yeah. Just say Ruben Adge's race is not doing the best penalty-wise. Don't think he's going to win this. Oh, Jax Gaming down the inside. Oh, Border Bold. Border leaving as much space as possible, and he gave the space quite generously. Oh, having to switch Jax Gaming, leaving no room as they make contact with the Alpine. There's a massive incident. The Alfa Romeo's off the track, and the Alpine was just there waiting for something to happen as they come back onto the track, and the House of Wildstorm is out to the oh my lord. What has happened in this race? Is that a full safety car? Yes, it is. A full safety car.
I'm pitting.
Border Bold is going to pit this lap. He's just told me. That is a crash.
Soft.
That is disgusting.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything.
Border, what's your opinion on what's his name?
Jack's gaming basically swiped him. I was watching behind, and then he almost swiped me as well. But
what's your opinion on Jack's Gaming's re-entry onto the circuit?
Pretty dirty.
I mean, he literally hit the wild storm, and now he's out of the session. So that was a pretty big crash as well. That might
Red Bull double stacking. Red
Bull double stack.
No.
His teammate Mike Hammer's going to be affected because of it.
Come on. Yes. P4, come on, I can win.
But of course, Border Bold has track position, and this safety car is going to bunch up the pack once again. And this is going to be an interesting end to the Grand Prix.
Justin's behind me.
Oh, hello.
I spun like 3 times this race. Yeah, that Hassan knocked me up twice.
Who, DX?
No, yeah, DX.
Oh. Yeah, I would have thought, because the Wild Storm was mostly fighting for the win until we got killed.
What's the penalties, Jack?
Yeah?
What's first, second and third's penalties like?
First, second and third?
Yeah.
Alright, so the first place has 6 seconds. Second has 9 penalties. 9 seconds. And third place has 18.
Alright, come on.
Ruben Edge is a dirty boy. He spun Justin.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he spun Justin, nearly squidged Stinging Julian into a barrier. Twice.
I'll make sure I send it, I'm joking.
Make sure you send it to the reports. That's just my opinion though, but in my view, in my eyes, it looked like he was squeezing him into the barrier. And him spinning Justin, that's probably going to reports as well. Let's have another sip of Pepsi Max. And a little more. Splendid. Alright. Oh, I feel hungry. I don't think until the Alpine catches up is when we're going to start. Well, it's been quite some race so far. Both Hasses out of the session. One of them being hit, probably by accident, but still. A dangerous re-entry onto the track. That's probably going to go to reports. For who was it? I think it was Jack's Gaming. Having a getting spun and then re-entering onto the track in an unsafe manner. So that might they'll probably go into reports. Not gonna lie. So. Justin made a good comeback from where he from when he got spun to where he is now. He's in P5 and just behind Border Bowl. We're gonna have a look once again at the tyres. Tyre-wise, doing quite well. Most are on soft tyres. Pretty much all of them are on the softs, except for some people who are on the mediums. And safety car is in this lap. So here we go, lads. Going to be underway once again at the end.
The crash is under investigation.
My tyres are so...
Alright, breaking news coming from K himself. The crash involving the crash involving Jack's Gaming, Alfa Romeo, and the Wild Storm Haas is under investigation by the stewards. So, as we once again begin, 5-second penalties giving out. Jack's Gaming gets another one as we begin the continuation of this race for another 6 laps. As we start off with HFL Domi leading us away. Jack's Gaming has had a problem. He's actually dropped into the pit.
Jack Rogers.
Border is telling me to have a look at his overtake, and I'm going to have a look at his overtake. Is he going to look down the inside of Ruben? Actually won't. He's not going to get DRS, so that's not going to help. He's not going to get DRS until pretty much near the end of the Grand Prix. We've only got 6 laps left of this race somehow, and there's a spin at the back. That's Nathaniel Perrin and Mike Hammer trying to get ahead of JD Young. He's nearly off the track. Tries his very hardest to keep it on the circuit, and he does very well. JD Young has to try retreat and tries doing the switchback, but no room was given there, so disappointing for the Red Bull, as he also gets another 3-second penalty, so that isn't good. We're going to have a look once again now that we know everyone's on soft penalties, because this is really important. Depending on what the penalties are, you can affect someone's race a lot. At the moment, penalties wise and on track wise, Domi's going to win. So Domi looks like he's going to be on for a quite nice victory, unless Stinging Julian overtakes him, gets a 3-second gap, or he gets another penalty himself. Everyone brakes. Ruben and Borderball braking late to catch up with the rest of the field. And behind, JD Young has had some sort of an incident with Mike Hammer. As Mike Hammer continues on, Rycom's overtaking Rycom's overtaking JD Young. One of the Ferraris tried having a look at him, but he ended up backing out. That's going to be another spin for Justin. That's pretty much ruined his race for him. Very disappointing for the Alfa Romeo driver. He's not going to be very happy with that. He's probably going to be reporting probably 3 accidents this whole race. But we move on, and it's a disqualification for Mike Hammer for receiving too many penalties. We have pretty much never seen this ever before in this, and he's retiring with 27 seconds of penalties of corner cutting. And the Alpine trying to, nearly hits the back of the Red Bull, but just about avoids it and gets a penalty because of it. Disqualification, that's massive. JD Young's in the pits as well with damage. And at the front, Stinging Julian around the outside of the Mercedes. Is he going to get the move done? He might just so, but he's going to get the inside line towards the next corner, so he might get the move done, and he does get the move done. If he wants to win this race, he needs to get a 3-second gap ahead of Domi to win this Grand Prix. Ruben Edge behind is pretty much got no chance of winning with 18 seconds. He's pretty much out of this contention for the race win. Border could still get this if he's lucky enough though, and he's right on the back of the Williams, and the Williams spins into the barriers, and that is a massive disappointment for the Williams. Donald Kim is going to win anyway, but he's into the wall, and that's a chunker of points there thrown out the window. And
Aston Martin spun the Mercedes. Aston Martin spun the Mercedes.
Oh, massive crash behind the Mercedes of Domi. Domi's out of contention. Bobby is somehow up to 3rd at the moment. An absolutely storming drive from him. He somehow made it up into this position. Stinging Julian, if at the moment, could win this race. Domi's actually out of the session. Massive incident. Domi's pulled off to the side there. This is massive. All of the race leaders are starting to just DNF, have massive crashes just it's ruining everything. All of a sudden, everything's turned around in the space of a couple laps. Border is back in a chance of winning this Grand Prix. Stinging Julian is leading once again. Bobby, from starting last on the grid, has made it all the way up to third. Massive comeback from him, but has to defend from Jordi S, but at the moment he's in ninth. So he's going to have to defend from Nathaniel Perrin instead, who is 9 seconds behind. Should be enough to keep him in a position where he's not going to, you know, like crash or anything. Rubenage with damage is dropping behind real quick as Justin gets ahead of him, and Jordi S having a fight here with SPS Bobby. I don't know why.
Come on.
Border's right on the back of Stinging Julian. DRS on the Red Bull. He's going to switch to the inside. Oh, it's so close, but he doesn't get past this time. Could he go around the outside though, towards this corner before the third sector begins? Nearly off the track there, but he backs out of it. He's going to get a good run on Stinging Julian though, towards the final corner. He pulls over to the left to go around the outside. This could be an overtake worth winning the Grand Prix, and he's won the place. He's won. He hasn't won just yet. Stinging Julian has been demoted down to second. If he gets another penalty, Border's going to win. Border has been passed though by Stinging Julian with DRS. He's going to get the DRS back though to try overtake him back as he pulls over to defend. That was an aggressive move from Stinging Julian, and now Border's going to have a fourth incident to report to the stewards. I'm joking. You probably might have to report that though, because that was a pretty dangerous defence as we're on the final lap as well. So if any one of these guys retire from this race, it could change this whole Grand Prix. Stinging Julian has to back out from Border Bold's overtake as he was left no room. And Stinging Julian looks like he's going to win this race on penalties, as long as he doesn't get a penalty again through these last corners, or doesn't spin. It doesn't look like he will though, so Border Bowl's luck pretty much has run out at this point. And that's very disappointing to see. Border Bowl's going to come across the line now to take the victory here in Austria. But the real winner, penalties-wise, is Stinging Julian with a gap of 2.1 seconds.
Skipping some comments.
With the penalties applied.
Goat emoji collision. Why is it so boring now? I don't mean the stream, I mean the race. Oh wait, it as close, never mind. The crash is under investigation. Incident noted with Border and Steen at corner 5.
Oh, that was...
Oh wow, that has been a race and a half. Border Bold, great race for him. He doesn't get the win though, which is very, very disappointing. I have really enjoyed commentating this Grand Prix today. I have really enjoyed it. Thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to Kay for having me here once again commentate as Stinging Julian comes out, celebrates. Quite interestingly, I'm not gonna pull up some red flags or anything. Out comes the champagne though. It's champagne time on here. The Aston Martin man's just off on the side holding a trophy while he sees his team driver celebrate, and all drivers gather on the podium. Wonderful race from all three of them. Podium times all round. Podiums, champagne, and from a wet qualifying to a race finish that pretty much no one expected.
Look, it was 12th, 13th and 14th on the grid that got podium.
Oh no, it's mental. To a race that could have been won by the ones who got pole, ended up turning into the most chaotic race in KDL history, well, from what I know at least. Stinging Julian won from starting 12th, Border finishing 13th from starting 2nd, and Bobby finishing 3rd from starting 14th. They have each gained 11 places from where they started, which is absolutely massive, and to see them all on the podium at once is amazing. Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you all next race. Thank you as well once again, Kay, for being here, having me commentated. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you